Merhaba arkadaşlar, herkese tekrar selamlar. Evet, bu haftanın derslerine devam ediyoruz kaldığımız yerden sizlerle. Bakalım nerede kalmıştık? Evet, en son yaptığımız derste burayı işleyeceğimi söylemiştim. Ve evet, şimdi buraya geldik. Bundan önceki dersimizde de hatırlarsanız e, Medical Tourism and Welfare Tourism ile ilgili bir konu işlemiştik. Şimdi yeni bir konuya geçiyoruz arkadaşlar. Evet, the township experience, exercise 1. Dikeledi Sisulu runs a small-scale tour operation in Steenland, a township in the Western Cape region of South Africa. Read the extract from her website and article on page 59 and answer the questions. Okay, we are going to read this and this, two things. And then we are going to answer these 4 questions according to these 2 texts. Okay, question number 1 is, what does the township experience offer for tourists? 2, why did the Ashburns go to Steenland? What is Amaswaz's place and why did they want to go there? And 4, do you think Steenland is too dangerous for tourists? Okay, first of all, we are going to read the township experience. This is the small-scale tour operation in Steenland, the name of it, okay? First of all, let's read this. The township experience is a unique occasion for those who desire to get to know the real South Africa in complete safety. You can meet the locals, experience a warm welcome in our hosts' homes, and experience the community life. Eat at Awashwazi's place, a local barbecue hotspot. Sample a smiley, a boiled sheep's head, and a glass of the local drink. Visit a community radio station and educational projects. Check out the local craft stalls for souvenirs. Take a local taxi around other townships, Guguletu, Fialeshta, and Crossroads. For those with an interest in life under apartheid, a trip to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was sent to prison, is a must. As our tours were where protest action took place, these tours are led by former Umkhonto Sizwe, Spear of the Nation freedom fighters. All trips can be customized to suit your interests and requirements. Contact us on our website. Yes, now this is the tour operation, and it is run by the Dikeledi Sisulu. Okay, and here is a news. Let's read it. Couple robbed. British tourists Sophie, 29, and Rodney, 34, Ashburn, had their holiday ruined when they were robbed during a visit to the Western Cape township of Steenland. The couple, who were enjoying a once-in-a-lifetime trip to the country, were staying in a luxury waterfront hotel, but allegedly wanted to experience the real South Africa. Fellow tourists say that they complained of finding the area around their hotel boring and sanitized and too much like being at home. And on Saturday night, against advice from the staff at their hotel, they hired a car and driver to take them to visit a township where they could try the local food. Their car was stopped at traffic lights by 3 men who forced the driver out of the vehicle before robbing its passengers. Rodney Ashburn was slightly injured in the attack, and his wife suffered from shock. The attack has worried the community, but local community safety officer Jan van der Stel hastened to reassure reporters that police have made it a priority to find robbers and bring them to justice. Okay. So this is a tour operation in Steenland, and this is a robbery happened in Steenland. A couple was robbed there. Okay. So what does the township experience offer for tourists? What do they offer? Okay, I think they offer a unique occasion to get to know the real South Africa in complete safety, it says. Well, and the second question is, why did the Ashburns go to Steenland? Well, why did they go there? Because, let's have a look. They wanted to experience the real South Africa because they were staying in a luxury hotel and it was too much like being at home, everything is too good, too modern and sanitized. It doesn't look like Africa at all, so they want to experiment a new experience. So what is Amaşvaz's place and why did they want to go there? Right, Amaşvaz's place, as we can see here, the Township Experience article, it is a local barbecue hotspot. So why did they go there? I think to experience a local barbecue hotspot, try to local food there, right? Okay, so I think that's it. They want to try the local food. Do you think Steenland is too dangerous for tourists? Well, maybe not too dangerous, but I think it can be dangerous from time to time. So I think you need to listen to the warnings, right? Because here it says, and against advice from the staff at their hotel, it says, right? They went there against advice. So I think you need to listen to the advice of the people who actually live there. If you do, if you act in a safe manner, I think it will be okay. All right. Safety measures. Well, we are going to listen to a conversation now about safety and security in Steenland. And we are going to find out what safety measures are discussed in relation to the following three things: expensive items, money, and going out. Okay, now we are going to listen and find out the safety measures in the listening text. Okay, let's go then.
Unit 6, page 59. Exercise 3.
I need your help, Taboo. I had a cancellation for the township experience this morning, and it's not the first. The attack on that British couple is damaging our reputation as a tourist destination. If things carry on this way, I'm going to lose my business. What can we do to make Steenland safer for visitors?
Well, I think we should start by focusing on the kind of measures we already take. I mean, those tourists ignored the advice the people in their hotel gave them. But if they'd been your clients, you wouldn't have let them go anyway, right? You already tell your customers not to go out alone or after dark. Maybe you could post a whole section on safety and security on your website. Then all visitors will know both what to expect and all the things that they should do to make sure that nothing happens.
Such as?
Okay, well, the main thing is not to carry expensive cameras and wear expensive jewelry. That's asking for trouble. Or carry large sums of money. And if they do carry money, keep it in a money belt. And no one should ever walk the streets after dark.
Yes, all that's very sensible. But we don't have tours after dark. And all our tours are with experienced guides who know which areas to avoid.
You could certainly say something like, all the guides are well known and respected in the community, and our vehicles are recognized in the townships. Everyone knows that it isn't good to harm tourists because it harms our economy, and that they, the tourists, should always stay with their guide. And if they do get into a dangerous situation, never oppose any criminal. Just give them what they want immediately, or they might attack you.
I don't want to make people panic, or I'll never get any bookings.
Another thing you could do is stress how important community action is for us here in the townships. Tell them that if they ever find themselves in an emergency situation, then all they have to do is call our community SafeWatch call centre at eBlockwatch, and we'll send out one of their members to help them.
Now, telling them about eBlockwatch is a good idea. But they have to register for that, don't they?
Yes, but it's easy. They just have to go to the website at www.eblockwatch.co.za.
Okay. Well, I'll start drafting a paragraph to reassure potential visitors and some do's and don'ts. I'll send them to you so you can add anything you think I've left out.
Okay. Well, they told a lot of things about a lot of things, but to sum up, I think they need to make the tourists understand a few things, right? First of all, she can write some do's and don'ts on her website, so the tourists can understand what they should and shouldn't do even before they go there. And as for expensive items, I think what they said in the listening text is not to carry jewelry on them and not to carry too much money, too much cash money on them. And as for money, you should you shouldn't carry a lot of money on you, and you shouldn't carry expensive cameras and stuff. So you should go out light, in short. And as for going out, well, they said stick to your tour guides. They are well known in that area, so you should be safe with them. And the tour cars are all well known in that area. And you shouldn't go out alone, especially at night when it's dark outside. So if you listen to the advices given to you, you should be safe, okay? All right, now we are going to move on. But first of all, the keywords. We are going to take a look at the keywords we learned in Unit 6, and then we are going to move on to Unit 7. Okay, let's take a look at the keywords. We have culinary, economy of scale and role, high spender, lifestyle, mainstream, niche sector, operation, pilgrimage, slum, surgery, well-being, wellness. All right, these are some of the keywords mentioned and in the Unit 6 together. We studied them, and now we are moving on to the next unit, Unit 7, cultural tourism. Okay, so we are moving on to exercise 2. We have a reading here. Now, our reading is here. Who are the cultural tourists? But we have 5 sentences missing in this text. And they are here. We are going to read them one by one, and then we are going to put them in the right place, okay? Okay. Sentences A to F. We are going to choose the sentences A to F and replace them in gaps 1 to 5, all right? Okay, let's take a look at the sentences first. A. This is important for future planning as, on the whole, heritage attractions tend to attract older visitors, whereas popular cultural attractions have a younger audience profile. Sentence B. Consequently, he or she learns less and experience is more superficial. Sentence C. Furthermore, as globalization and mass production lead to greater uniformity worldwide, the value of authenticity will also increase. Sentence D. At last, we are in a position to fully understand the impact of cultural tourism in a country's economy. Sentence E. As a result, their experience is intense, and they will spend most of their time learning about the history and cultural heritage. And sentence F, although city cultural tourism continues to be dominated by the established cultural capitals, there's a new trend towards more trips to smaller destinations and new regions of Europe. All right then. Now we are going to read this and put these 5 sentences into their right places, okay? Who are cultural tourists? There are 5 different types of cultural tourists. The first is the purposeful tourist, whose primary motive for visiting a destination is cultural tourism. So, which sentence is going to get here? Okay, the first type of cultural tourist is purposeful tourist, and his primary motive for visiting a destination is cultural tourism. So, what is it going to be? Which sentence can we use in that blank, in that empty space? Well, we are going to use sentence, which one? E, right? As a result, their experience is intense and they will spend most of their time learning about the history and cultural heritage. Cultural tourism, so history and cultural heritage, okay? Let's move on. The second type, the sightseeing cultural tourist, visits a destination for cultural reasons, but has only a general interest in it. So, what is it going to be? Which sentence goes there? Okay, it is a cultural tourist, a kind of cultural tourist, but sightseeing, not really very interested in details, just looking. Okay, which sentence goes there? What do you think? Which one? Take a guess. Well, it is going to be B. Consequently, he or she learns less and experience is more superficial. The third type is the chance discovery cultural tourist. Chance discovery cultural tourist. This is someone who didn't originally travel for cultural reasons, but is excited by the cultural aspects of their visit, and so has a more intense cultural experience than expected. The casual cultural tourist, however, has a relatively weak interest in travel, and though they may visit a historic monument or museum, they are likely to spend most of the time following other pursuits. The fifth type is the incidental cultural tourist, who does not travel for cultural reasons at all, but visits some of the most prestigious sites, even if he or she doesn't understand or appreciate their significance. Experts predict that cultural tourism will grow in Europe over the next 10 to 15 years, since the number of travelers over 55 will grow significantly. And which sentence goes that empty space now? Space number 3. What is it going to be after that speech. Which one? We have a number, age, right? Travelers over 55 will grow significantly. So it is going to be A. This is important for future planning, as on the whole, heritage attractions tend to attract older visitors, whereas popular cultural attractions have a younger audience profile. So older visitors go heritage attractions and younger ones go to popular attraction, cultural attractions. Okay, let's move on. There is an empty space again, and the next sentence next to it is, and whether the city is large or small, the ability to innovate is essential in order to keep it on the cultural tourism map. So, what comes before this sentence? Which sentence? It is F, right? Although city cultural tourism continues to be dominated by the established cultural capitals, there is a new trend towards more trips to smaller destinations and new regions of Europe. And whether the city is large or small, the ability to innovate is essential in order to keep it on the cultural tourism map. And the final empty space. What comes next? The fifth one. No, what comes next to that? It is C, right? Furthermore, as globalization and mass production lead to greater uniformity worldwide, the value of authenticity will also increase. Traditional cultural events will continue to attract visitors. However, the creative city, which links tradition and heritage to contemporary creative industries, such as media, entertainment, design, and fashion, will be better placed to attract tourists. Okay then. Evet arkadaşlar, dersimizin süresi dolduğu için burada bitiriyorum. Bundan sonraki gene bu yaptığımız alıştırmanın devamını da bir sonraki alıştırmaları da önümüzdeki ders saatimizde işleyeceğiz. O zaman bir sonraki dersimizde görüşünceye kadar kendinize çok iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın gençler.